Hey, welcome to Pat Soundbytes Unplugged, rocking the world, new music all the time, and on radio and on video. And it is such an honor. What an amazing opportunity today. New York loves John Waite as much as I do. We got to get this guy back to New York. I don't know about this California stuff. Yeah. John, how are you, man? You look fantastic.
Well, good to see you. Yeah, you look great. I miss New York. I wake up every morning thinking about it, but here I am in Santa Monica. It's one of those things. I just wound up here, but I wish I was back east, and we're going on tour tomorrow, so that's something.
Yeah,
back in a suitcase today. You know, I'm getting ready to go.
All kinds of exciting news for you, John. An amazing 3D set. I'm representing behind me that I purchased the autographed, and I purchased the poster autographed, and I encourage everybody to do that. Go to johnwaiteworldwide.com and buy it today. Support this. Well, I'm still calling him a New Yorker. I don't care about the UK or California. He's a New Yorker. And then he's going on tour with, he's going on tour with Pat and Neil. I mean, come on. How cool is this?
It is cool. It is cool. Me and Neil go back about 35 years, and he produced my first solo album, Ignition, and we've been in touch, and we got together about 6-7 years ago on a couple of dates, and we've been really kind of close buds. You know, it's been great. We're working on a project together away from rock and roll, and I'm going out and playing 3 dates with them in Florida tomorrow. And then we get back with them later in the year. But it's been great. I mean, it's a great show, great crew, great songs, great feeling of being back out there. The audience is like on 10. Everybody's just happy, you know. Great to be back.
It's great to be alive. I've been to all my shows. I've been to Daryl's once indoors, and I know you've been to Daryl's up here a couple of times in Poughkeepsie, Pauling. Yeah, but I've been to a lot of outside concerts just to be safe, just to let's get through this. A lot of outdoor stuff, but it's all good. Yeah, that was one of my questions. It's got to be exciting for you to feel that live energy from the crowd and stuff like that. But awesome.
Yeah, it's come back. Like I'm in the studio too. Well, I got the 3 CD thing, Wooden Heart, out, and that's been doing really well. We've been out playing dates for like 3 months, here and there, you know, and I've been in the studio all week, starting a new record and leaving tomorrow for tour. So it's all come back really fast. You know, I mean, like 1 minute you sat there staring at the kitchen wall, you know, drinking too much coffee. And then the next minute you're at the airport in, you know, in a coffee shop somewhere drinking too much coffee. But it's, you know, it's just great to be back on the road. I mean, life without music is somewhat,
no.
You know.
Well, you mentioned Neil, you mentioned your first solo album, Ignition, and one of my questions I had was you had the incredible change on that album.
Yeah.
But it had no legs until like 85 with Vision Quest and that movie, and obviously MTV. Was it a label not marketing, or why didn't people grab that song back then?
Well, I think by the time I released the solo record, the record company were kind of like just didn't know what to do with me, and I didn't know what to do with them. So that hit the wall, unfortunately. But it was like a big success on MTV. And I have to say, without MTV, I think I would have disappeared.
Really?
Because they were playing. There wasn't that many artists that had videos.
Right.
And when they came out, I was in New York City, and all the VJs were in New York. Nina Blackwood, JJ Jackson, all the greats, you know. And we all hung out together. We're all friends. And it was really a great time, but there just wasn't a lot of artists with videos. So when I made a video for Change, it was getting played like 8 times a day. So even if the record company had lost interest, America hadn't. So even though it didn't sell, and I went back to England, I thought that was the end for me. But MTV really kept me in the eye of the public when nothing was going on. Very cool.
That's very cool. Well, besides, of course, the hits that we love, I've always been a big fan of yours, John. I love Downtown. I love Bluebird Cafe. I
Thank
mean,
you.
Masterpiece and Loneliness. Oh my goodness, John, I get goosebumps. My hairs are
Thank you,
standing.
man. Thank you. Thanks
You're
so much.
such a gifted songwriter, storyteller, able to express all of it in music. John, is songwriting therapeutic for you, would you say?
Do you know, looking at what I've written, especially with the Wooden Heart set, a lot of it is dark. And there's been periods in my life when I was just down or heartbroken, and I'm sure that I've done a lot of breaking of hearts to other people, etc. But I mean, I tend to focus, I focused on that for a long time. And when I was down, the music seems to come easier. It's very hard to write songs when you're happy because you don't really know what to write about. You know, you're whistling away, the sun's shining, life's great. But when you get, when you make a misstep or you get hurt or you have a problem, it really is kind of like letting steam out of a boiler. You know, it's like you recognize what's wrong and you'll be able to articulate it. Like Masterpiece of Loneliness, you know, that was a very intense song.
Oh my God. That's
yeah,
a
but I think
song.
there's only certain times in your life you can reach that deep and walk in a straight line afterwards. And I think I try to look on the sunny side, you know, but some of the darker songs like Downtown, like you said, you know, they needed to be written because I was living that life.
Exactly. And that's what I was going to get at. Your music is able to, you know, somebody else is sitting there listening to it going, man, this is me. This is everything that I've been through. And thank God there's somebody out there that's able to express it so I can play it over and over and hear it again. That it's all great stuff. I mean, I got my Daryl's House shirt on. I'm hoping you're coming back, brother.
Well,
but I know that you look so comfortable in a small theater type of venue where you can engage with everybody. You look so happy. Your storytelling, so conversational. I mean, what I love most, John, is that, you know, you move forward just like a Robert Plant. Everybody says, we're going to see Zeppelin again. Robert's like, that's done. I'm moving forward. I'm creating my path and I'm doing what I want to do. And I love that out of you. Not one John Waite album is the same. Alison Krauss and John Waite. I mean, it's all great stuff.
Thank you so much.
You seem to be in a really good spot these days, or living life in the fullest.
No, thank you for all of that. That means a lot to me. It's exactly right. I mean, Robert, you know, everybody expects Robert to do Led Zeppelin, and I'm sure he has love for those guys. And I talked to Robert about, you know, what he's doing now, and he's only interested in intimacy or like reaching people. And I think like when you're young, everything's on 10, everything's loud, everything is available. You're living your life, you're deep in it. But when you become a little older, you become reflective of where you've come from. And I think there's nothing worse than seeing a 50-year-old guy in skin tight leather pants singing about Baby Likes to Rock. You know, I mean, there's a point where you're singing about the people you love,
right?
Or the dangers of being on the street, or the unfortunate twists that fate can throw at you, or the happiness that it can bring you. I think things just become more grown up. I mean,
exactly.
You know, I mean, you can be grown up and really nail songs. And I think you need to be older in a lot of ways to be able to do that, to command that. But different people have different ways of going. I mean, Bob Dylan wrote Masters of War when he was 21.
Wow. Incredible.
So, you know, you look at that and you think, you know, it's everyone's different. But I don't think I would ever change course. I think after Bad English, which was a very big thing and number one, and every sort of like, you know, thing was happening. After that, I really did want to go back to my house in New York and write songs that were more about myself, you know,
right?
The natural progression.
No, all good. And I mentioned Robert and Alison Krauss, and Robert recorded with Alison, and I know you did back in 2007 and performed, I want to say, on Tonight Show with Alison, Missing You. Any thoughts about doing duets with other female artists down the road? You know, Patty Smyth. I know you know Patty very well. She's incredible. Great. She's great.
Yeah, no, I like Patty. We did a gig together about 5 years ago, and It was just wonderful to see it. It was just nice. And she was very happy. And she's still singing like a bird. And she sang backup on Change.
Yeah, right.
Change.
Right.
That's Patty. But she's just a force of nature. She's great. And John McEnroe, they're a nice couple.
Yeah, now they got a place up here. At least they did for a while over here in Millbrook, and people would see them. They were always great with the seeing the photo. You mentioned, we mentioned Patty. When you think of the production of John Waite songs, boy, the backing vocals of, even Change with Patty, Every Time I Think of You, Isn't It Time? How important was that to lift those songs to a different level, having those incredible backup vocalists?
Yeah. I was always, I was raised on country music and folk music, and then cowboy music, blues and rock and roll. They were my roots. But as I got into my sort of like 10, 12-year-old world, there was soul music, there was Martha and the Mandelas, Sam and Dave, Otis Redding, Ike and Tina Turner, just these incredibly gifted African-American artists, and I was always very moved by that. And all the singers that I admired were moved by that. Paul Rodgers, Robert Plant. I mean, the list just, Joe Cocker. Every singer in England was looking towards African-American music. That's the deal.
Yeah,
go on.
I think of you, and I think of soul. I think of rock. I think of folk. I think of blues, very soulful. When you sing, it certainly comes from the heart, and everybody can get that and grab that. And when you put out Wooden Heart, I mean, oh my goodness, a lot of great songs.
The Wooden Heart thing was like, it was like fulfilling an ambition. But back to what you were saying, when we were cutting Isn't It Time and Every Time I Think of You, I was harking back to the Humble Pie. With the Blackberries, I was always moved by Steve Marriott as a writer and as a singer. But when he brought in the Blackberries to be backup singers for Humble Pie, I went to see him play live at the London Palladium. I had a front row ticket.
Wow.
And the Blackberries came out, and it was something, man. And Steve, that's where Steve lived. He just loved black music. And so by the time I got a record deal and we were making the Broken Heart record, it was just a natural thing to put those girls in, and, you can imagine what it's like to fantasize about singing with African-American backup singers, real singers. I mean, they can sing like birds. And then there's this white skinny kid from England, and you look back, and there they are. We took them on the road with us. It was incredible. And they came from a church. They were from a church. They went to church every Sunday, and they were deeply religious. And we were staying up till like 4 a.m. and drinking bottles of champagne and collapsing. It was just absolutely a great time. And the girls would sort of keep an eye on us and keep us in line. Yeah. But I always really loved the female voice. And some of my favorite singers are women. I mean, Bonnie Raitt, Gladys Knight.
Oh my goodness, yes. Aretha Franklin.
You can't really tell where they're going to come from, because they come from all different areas of music. But I really do love the sound of a woman's voice when it's singing something that I believe it's heaven.
When I think of the Stones and Gimme Shelter and Mary Clayton, my God! And then came Lisa Fisher. Oh my goodness! I met Lisa. Great. She's played at Daryl's. There are vocalists, and then there's Lisa Fisher.
Yeah,
wow.
There are people that just own it, and she's one of them. There are people who just open it. I mean, like Gladys Knight. See, I mean, Midnight Train to Georgia. I mean, it's like there's only so many. I mean, I always thought Patti Smyth and Gladys Knight had a lot in common vocally. They had that smoky kind of mid-range. And the voices would crack with them. Just really beautiful singers, yeah.
Beautiful things and beautiful paint, beautiful artwork behind me that I purchased the other day, signed by John, and I encourage everybody to do that. Man, there's something that there's no coincidence with musicians and painting, another way to express yourself. I think of Paul Stanley and Kiss, and Rick Allen of Def Leppard, and Michael Cardelloni of Leonard Skinner, and a lot of drummers. I mean, you went to school, I believe, for art and painting, right, John?
Yeah, I spent 4 years, from about 16 to about 19. It was just an odd year at the end. But I went and got a diploma in fine art. I was going to be a painter. And watch, hang on, here we go. This is the original album cover.
Wow. That is beautiful.
But I think when I was drawing that, we sell like art on the internet on John Waite Worldwide, and I do this sort of like caricature of myself, and it's just a gift for Christmas or something, and but there's other works. There's like a really good Patti Smith that I did, and Artaud, the French poet, and there's a lot of different things, but just painting, it's I've been very blessed to have a lot of outlet, like you're saying about it's therapeutic to be able to sing your troubles away. It's also really calming and cool to paint. It's
Absolutely.
just a really wonderful thing.
I'm looking forward to my autograph poster to hang up in a frame and put in my studio.
I'm gonna send you T-shirts and all sorts of stuff.
I love you, brother. I love you.
I'm gonna load you up.
I'm all for it, brother. You have a great relationship with a guy I got to get an interview with, Matchbox 20's Kyle Cook. And I know Kyle's written with you on Rough and Tumble. Has he been on the road? Is he going to be on the road with you, John?
Yeah. The last gig we did, 2 weeks ago. Kyle was with us. We're in Tulsa. And I think he's busy, or we're doing an unplugged run without him for the next 3 dates. But when he's free, we just fly him in and he plugs in, and we have 2 guitar players. But I can't stress enough he played something in Tulsa. We were playing some song, and he stepped out and played this song, this solo, and I had to stop singing. I was just watching him play. It was like, how did you do that? And he was coming up the neck like in a chromatic way, right across the chords. And I think, obviously he's a very clever, gifted writer, and he's a star in his own right. But I think maybe people don't realize just how gifted as a guitar player he is. Really
I want to say he started on the classical side, but he's got a debut solo album out that came a couple of years ago, Wolves. And I reached out to him a couple of times, and we just haven't been able to schedule. But what a terrific and talented artist, and I'm glad to see that you're still working.
Hey, listen, I'll have a word with him, see if I can hook you up.
My radio show is all new music, and that's all I do. That's how I found my niche. Anybody can play the hits. I want to play Downtown. I want to play Bluebird Cafe. I want to play Masterpiece and Lonely. I play, I got the 45 for Isn't It Time? I mean, come on.
That's great.
I love it. Great. When are you coming back to Daryl's? There's one show in Buffalo.
I hope, wow. I hope we come back. We played there a couple of times, and we had the best time. The sound man was great.
Pete is the best.
Yeah, no, really. And the young guy that's the manager was just like
Angelo is the best.
Yeah, really on top of everything. We felt very welcome and comfortable. And it was a sold out show with standing room only. And it was kind of like we had just one of the best times we've had in upstate, So
we love you.
I used to live in Pound Ridge.
Oh, okay.
Which is only over a hill.
Oh, Westchester, only over the hill.
Yeah.
I reached out to Tim. I was at both of the shows, and I saw you in 1984 in Poughkeepsie at the Civic Center on the No Breaks tour when I had black hair going, who's this John Waite guy? Whoa. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, so we gotta go back to Daryl's, but I want to hang out with you and say hello. I gotta talk to Mr. Hogan, man. We gotta hook up there. I said, Tim, absolutely. Come on, Tim.
No.
But
well, things are opening up, and I think next year we're going to be swinging. I think if we just stick to the rules here, maybe. I mean, nobody likes rules, but I know people are on the fence about being vaccinated, but I'm vaccinated.
I'm vaccinated.
Yeah, and I didn't feel great for a couple of months. My hands hurt and stuff, but I was vaccinated, and that's, if we can just get vaccinated, give it a shot. You might. It's like I got a flu shot 2 days ago. Didn't feel great yesterday, but once you're vaccinated, you're in the game again.
Exactly.
And you can go out without putting other people in danger. You can fly, you can get to different countries. It's a hard bullet to bite for some people, but it's a good bullet to bite.
No, it is a good bullet to bite. I certainly agree. And I hope everybody goes out. I hope everybody goes to johnwaiteworldwide.com and buy the CD, buy the album, buy the poster, and tell me to keep playing John Waite, and we got to get him to New York. John, let me ask you, not to end in a down note, but when it's all said and done, what do you want the folks to remember John Waite for? Besides great songwriting and great storytelling.
That I was cool.
Oh, you are cool. We got that.
No, but, I don't mean cool like, a swinging guy.
Right.
That I got it, that I did the right thing here and there, Apart from that, I don't think there's much of a legacy you can leave,
No,
you can see it in people's kids. If they have good kids. I mean, it's just, you got to step up in life. You got to walk the walk,
Well, you're walking the walk. You're creating your own path. And I love it. I love it all. I know you got a big day today. John, I hope you enjoyed the conversation as much as I have, man. This has been great. Can't wait to hang out, man. John Waite.
I'm gonna send you a care package of t-shirts and buttons and stickers and CDs, and I'm gonna load you up.
So I gotta have my listeners gotta be listening, because you could win something that John's gonna send me. So buy the album, buy the poster, do what you got to do. Go to johnwaiteworldwide.com. Check him out. He's coming to a city near you. You don't want to miss this, John. Safe travels, my friend. And New York loves you, man. New York loves you.
Yankees.
Yeah.
All right, brother. See you soon.
Okay.